Hey guys, Tinker Taylor here today, bringing you back another Pokemon build series video. Today we have Clefairy, and I'm not gonna lie, this one was really quick. It took me 26 minutes to build, which is why the video is so slow. I had to put it at 200% speed, which is basically just double speed, which is half the speed I normally put it at, and yeah, if I didn't, we would have had a 6-minute video. And I don't know about you guys, but when I watch these videos, I want them to last a bit longer than 6 minutes. So I thought I would speed it up just a little bit for you guys. Sorry, slow it down. I mean, I'm still speeding it up, but speed it up at a lower rate compared to my usual rate. So that, yeah, you could still have a bit of a longer video. If you don't know what Clefairy looks like or anything like that, Clefairy is a little fairy type Pokemon. It kind of looks like a stuffed plushie, a teddy bear, but not teddy bear shaped. It's, I don't know, round and squishy, and got these two little pointy ears with the brown tips on the end of them, and it's fully pink, and it has one little tooth in its mouth. It's so cute. It's absolutely adorable. I love them. Apparently they're very shy, but when they do come down from their little mountain areas, they will go dancing, I think in the moonlight, which I think is just the cutest, sweetest thing ever. And I'm pretty sure there's an episode where it's either Clefairy or Clefable, which is, I think, the pre-evolution that comes out in a later generation, is dancing around in the moonlight on a mountain, and it's like a little ritual dancing area, and I think I don't know, they all like float up to the sky or something. I can't really remember. It's been ages since I've seen it. And it's one of the earlier episodes. It's been a very long time since I've seen it. But yeah, that's kind of what it reminded me of, was just, yeah, little, like, a ritual gathering site. Nothing, like, dodgy or, you know, evil or malicious or anything like that, but just, yeah, little ritual gathering site where they do their little spells, or they dance, or, I put in a cauldron, I guess you'd call it, so that you can make potions and whatnot. And I don't know, it's just a really, really nice sweet place. And I didn't know what else to add to it, so I kind of just left it as is. It definitely made editing the video easier, and it definitely makes voicing it easier, because I am not voicing a stupidly long video. Because yeah, sometimes when I have to voice for an hour, I'm like, what do I talk about? But, like, already I am a quarter of the way through, if not that. So, yeah, definitely a lot easier to do these shorter builds. But, yeah, I don't know. I had a good time with the landscaping with this one. If you know me, you know I cannot landscape to save my life. But, maybe that's not entirely true. Maybe in circumstances like this, I can pull it out of thin air and, do something somewhat decent. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out, and I like the fact that there's not as many plants. There's a fern in the taller and shorter version. There is a big bush that I put in as the big version, and I shrink it down and put some littler versions of it in. There is the big purple flowering thing, and then there's a littler one that's a bit more, oh, it's like a pink purple one, but the little one's a bit more pink. And then there is the floor ground covering and some trees. That's pretty much it. And I do some terrain painting, but really, like, there's not much else that I add in. It's, yeah, actually, there's no other plants that I add in. There are maybe 3 types of trees. I can't remember how many I put in, but there's definitely one that's different to the ones I've put in now, and I end up putting them in a bit later. But I don't know, this build is just, I don't know, I feel like when I do solely landscaping builds, I can do really well with the landscaping, but when I do a build and then I have to add landscaping to it, I get very thoroughly confused, I guess. Yeah, I don't know, I haven't quite figured out how to add the two together yet. I mean, with I can't remember, I think it was build number 4 in this series, I feel like I did pretty well there. Technically, it's still mostly landscaping, but there is technically a building within that build. It's been so long. I feel like I'm saying it's been so long, but there's just been so many builds since that one that I don't remember what I did, for what things and what numbers they all are. This is again why I have a spreadsheet and I'm recording everything, because yeah, it's just a little intense, a little insane, but it's good to see the progress. I really am happy that I did set that up a long time ago. I am nowhere near finished setting it up. I've set it up, I just haven't put all the Pokemon in and all the build ideas and all the Pokemon types, and oh my goodness. I've put in all the dates, so I do know that this series goes until January, I think it's the 18th of January 2028. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's the 18th of January. And that is only until the current generation, so I believe it's 9 generations, maybe 10. I don't know, there's 1,025 Pokemon at the moment, so however many gens that is. I think it's either 9 or 10. I feel like it's 9 because I think 10 is coming out soon, but I haven't decided whether or not I'm going to be doing anything about that. But to be honest, I don't have to decide until, like, I don't know, late 2027. So that's a later me problem. A very much later me problem. And, you know, by then I might have decided that this series is something I don't want to do anymore. This is something that you know, it was great and fun to do, but, you know, 1,000 builds, yeah, that's probably enough for me. But I might also get to the end of what I've currently got set up for and be like, you know what, let's keep going. I love this. Let's just keep going until I reach the end. You know, they might have come out with another 5 generations in that period, so like I might not ever catch up. So yeah, I'm not gonna promise that I'm gonna do them all that ever come out. You know, I might one day catch up, and then, you know, 6 months later they come out with the next generation. I might not do that new generation. I just simply might not. I might not even want to touch Sims after that. But yes, I will do as far as I can go, before I get, I don't want to say over it, but yeah, before I get over it. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Also, I might run out of ideas, but also, yeah, looking at the earlier gens, I love all these Pokemon. I know these Pokemon. I grew up with these Pokemon. You know, I've said before, I didn't really grow up with games all that often, but I did have some gaming things growing up. We did have Game Boys and DS's and whatnot, and I did get some Pokemon games for those. So I did have some things that let me play Pokemon, let me see Pokemon and whatnot. And I mean, even now I have a Switch and I have Pokemon games on it and whatnot, but it's just, the further you get into it, I feel like the easier it gets, the simpler it gets, I don't know, there's not much of a challenge anymore. And don't get me wrong, like, I am someone who, if the game's too hard, I'm not gonna play it if it's too hard. But also at the same time, I feel like it's not challenging enough for me. I don't know, there's a happy medium, and I feel like we're not at that happy medium. I don't know if I just heard a knock or not. I have soundproof headphones on, and maybe, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, so I don't know if I will do the later Pokemon. The other reason is because I feel like with 1,000 Pokemon already, over 1,000, how many more new things can you do? You know, like, okay, you could argue that with Sims building, like, okay, there have been more than 1,000 builds, way more than 1,000 builds, but even if you take one style of build, there's probably been more than 1,000 for that one particular style, and like, how many times can you do the thing and whatnot? So, yeah, maybe I will, maybe I won't. Again, this is something I don't want to promise you guys, just in case I decide not to do it in the future, or if I say I don't want to do it now, but then later I do. I don't want to make any promises to you guys that I just simply don't know if I can keep or not. So I do want to just put it out there into the existence of the world that I might not go past the 1,025 that are already in existence. But knowing me, I'll go, screw it, let's do it. But again, I don't know where I will be in 3 years. You know, like, in 3 years I might decide that I don't want to do this anymore, like, as in, like, building and YouTube and anything like that anymore. I might be fully into it. I don't know. There's so many things that I could decide and could choose to do. So yeah, definitely just be aware of that. But yeah, you definitely have me from now until 2028 unless something happens to me, you know? But I'm not planning on anything happening to me. I'm planning on getting these builds done and having a lot of fun doing them. So yeah, I don't know, that's kind of the ramble for today. Glad it's a shorter video, and I'm glad that the ramble wasn't too weird, because, you know, sometimes I can go off weird tangents, like getting you guys to ask me what soap I use, which definitely don't ask me that. I don't know why I said that, because immediately after I said that, I was like, yeah, maybe don't ask me that question, that's weird, I'm sorry. But, you know, that's me. Sometimes I go down random paths of, what am I saying? I don't know, cool, why did I say that? Still no idea. But we are getting kind of close to the end of this build. Like I said, it's mostly landscaping. I do put this little cauldron in, and I do put some lights in, but yeah, other than that, there's not really much else that goes on in this build. So yeah, definitely let me know down below if you enjoy it. Do you think it matches Clefairy? I think it does. I like it. There are some builds that I'm like, I don't know how I got here with this build and this Pokemon, and I don't know how they match up, but this is what I've decided to do. But this one, I feel like, okay, this does make sense. This does match up. This does, I don't know, kind of go hand in hand with each other. So yeah, definitely let me know your thoughts down below on the build, if it matches the Pokemon or not, if you are super into the Pokemon or not. I would love to know, actually, yeah, if you have a favourite Pokemon, and I have come out with a video already on your favourite Pokemon, go to that video and let me know that that is your favourite Pokemon. Or if you have a least favourite Pokemon and you hate that Pokemon with all your being, let me know that too. Let me know that how you feel about these Pokemon. Because I know everybody talks about what's their favourite, but I want to know what's your least favourite and why. So, I mean, you can also leave it in this video if you can't be bothered to go search for the video, or if I haven't come out with it yet. I don't know what my favourite Pokemon is, but I don't know, I feel like I'll find one day. I don't know, I love too many of them. They're all just too sweet and cute and whatnot. Not all of them, some of them are evil, malicious, and some of them can be ugly. And you know what, we also celebrate the ugly ones, because we still love them. But anyway, ramble and rant over. If you want to see more stuff like this, make sure to subscribe. I come out with a new video every single day, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.